The Scotts Bluff National Monument is joining the ranks of National Park Service facilities that do not charge an entrance fee. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in Western Nebraska and Eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, one of the region's most popular tourist attractions is shaking things up this year and waiving park entrance fees this summer. At Scotts Bluff National Monument, the fee that had already been waived this year for the monument's centennial, and due to the renovation and expansion of the visitor center, they are waiving those fees. However, an analysis indicated it would be prudent to eliminate the fee altogether. Monument Superintendent Dan Morford explained the rationale.
We have our employees that are counting the money, accountability, all those things that come in with the fees that are generated. And our cost of that collection was actually costing us more than the money that we were actually getting here at the park. Because those the fees that we get, only a percentage came back to the park, a percentage, and then went to the National Park Service for the bigger picture.
Additionally, the monument is no longer selling park service passes used for entrance at other parks that do charge a fee. Morford tells us the move does not change the monument's status in the park service system, and the entrance booth will still be staffed to provide information to visitors and monitor for vehicles too large to pass through the tunnels headed towards the summit. Well, the general public is invited to the Western Nebraska Regional Airport this weekend to take part in the annual Airport Appreciation and Fly-In Day. The event is sponsored by the local Chapter 608 of the Experiment Aircraft Association. Folks will be able to get up close and personal with a variety of general and experimental aviation planes, as well as military aircraft, including a KC-135 from the Air National Guard based out of Lincoln. Jeff Robbins with Robbins Aviation and EEA member Dave Strang say that members will be once again offering the Young Eagles program.
Since it started, in 1992, they've done over 2 million flights nationwide.
Wow.
Of kids 8 to 17 who, a lot of them sparked their interest in aviation through that first flight, and
that's right.
And that's how we get them a start. So we encourage any kids 8 to 17 to take advantage of that. You got to have your parents come and sign and everything. Mm-hmm. So.
And it's done free of charge. It's free of charge.
It's free of charge. That's right. It's free of charge, and they'll get a certificate when they finish their flight, and their name will be added to the national book that they are certified as Young Eagles.
The event runs Saturday, June 1st from 7:30 in the morning till noon, and will include breakfast by the Kiwanis Club, and food vendors will be on hand. Well, coming up after the break, things are beginning to dry off and heat up across the region. Bill Boyer will have your full forecast right after this on KNEB.TV News.
Platte Valley Companies is your home team financial and insurance network that works for you.
When it comes to estate planning, you should seek professional help. And when you do, you should have confidence in who you choose to handle your trust. Talking with someone about estate planning is a very sensitive thing. At Platte Valley Bank, we pride ourselves in keeping our trust operations local, serving our neighbors and friends.
Respect for tradition, coupled with vision that looks to the next frontier. Platte Valley Bank, a Platte Valley company, member FDIC.
Fly United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with Western Nebraska Regional Airport. United is dedicated to going the extra mile for you with daily flights to and from Denver and a commitment to excellent service. Reserve your flight today. Plus, all United miles can be earned and redeemed with your flight. Finally, while visiting Western Nebraska Regional Airport, grab a bite to eat at the Flight Deck Restaurant. Plus, Hertz Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and get on board with Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
How does Arby's sell the most euros in America? Having over 3,000 stores with this insane 2 for €6 deal certainly gives us a head start. Also, passion.
Arby's, we have the meats.
For sandwiches.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the Arby's Weather Center. Arby's, we have the meats.
Well, pretty good looking evening coming out there as temperatures are going to fall into the 70s and through the 70s down into the 60s, 50s, and then into the 40s as we get late tonight into early tomorrow morning. Conditions really look quite nice. Mainly starry night coming. Temps are going to be on the warm-up again tomorrow. They were warmer today. Will be even nicer tomorrow. A very, very nice weekend coming. We're going to have to dodge a few late-day storms, but outside of that, things looking really quite nice. 67 yesterday, almost got to normal. 103, that record high. Whew. 900ths of an inch of moisture, so we're almost 2.5 double what we should be for the month, and about 3 inches, almost 4 inches above normal for the year, as we're close to 10 inches of moisture. We told you how cool it's been, and some changes are coming to our weather. 8 to 14 day outlook gives us a slight chance of above normal temperatures across the region, and precip looks like it's going to be about normal. A few areas maybe slightly above normal for precip chances, but really for the next 2 weeks maybe slightly warmer than normal and about normal for precip. So we'll handle normal. Normal's never felt so great after the last several weeks. Hastings at 74, 77 in North Platte, 58 there in Laramie, pretty comfortable up in the high country. We're in the upper 60s to low 70s here across our region. 80 right now in Valentine. Winds are light, no concerns out of the north, just 5 to 10 miles an hour. Some areas out of the southwest, some not even that cool in temperature wise in terms of wind speed, not as high in some of those areas. Clear skies are coming our way tonight. Nothing to be worried about. A few light showers. We're in the high country. Those will die off. They won't make it out onto the plains. And temperatures tonight going to fall into the 40s for us for low temperatures to near 50 degrees, depending on where you're at. Tomorrow we start the day sunny, and as we roll through Futurecast, it's going to stay mainly sunny throughout the day. A few afternoon clouds, maybe the slightest chance of an isolated thunderstorm tomorrow. Few and far between. Hit and miss on those if we get any thunderstorm activity. Most of us are going to remain dry tomorrow, and temperatures in the upper 70s to near 80 degrees out there. Let's take a look at our forecast then. A clear night. It's 46 tonight for a low. Very nice weather conditions out there. Really a pretty nice day tomorrow. Mostly sunny, just a slight chance of an afternoon shower or storm. And we're going to bring in better chances, I think, of late day storms both Saturday and Sunday. Highs in the mid 70s. We warm up a little bit early next week, Monday, Tuesday. Get into the low 80s, back into the upper 70s for Wednesday and Thursday, with another chance of some scattered late-day thunderstorms.
How does Arby's sell the most euros in America? Having over 3,000 stores with this insane 2 for €6 deal certainly gives us a head start. Also, passion.
Arby's, we have the meats.
For sandwiches.
Next Gen Outfitters is your new local online source for hunting, shooting, and camping gear. With over a century of combined outdoor experience, we aspire to become the trusted supplier of all your outdoor gear needs. Next Gen Outfitters is where adventure begins and tradition continues. For the month of April, get $25 off orders of $100 or more. Go to nextgenof.com and use code NGKNEB. That's NEXGENOF.com.
Are you ready to join the celebration? Then what are you waiting for? Switch to Viero today and find out exactly why we're better. More towers than the competition, convenient stores in your neighborhood, friendly, helpful customer service, and top phones at excellent values, such as the iPhone XR for free. That's right, get a free iPhone XR when you purchase any other iPhone of equal or greater value. Viero Wireless, your better choice for wireless service.
May is Beef Month, a time to celebrate the high-quality beef products that are raised by farmers and ranchers right here in Nebraska. With over 5 million cattle fed and marketed each year, Nebraska is the #1 cattle feeding state in the country. From steaks and roasts to ground beef and kebabs, Nebraska's beef producers take pride in raising safe, wholesome products that end up on dinner plates around the world. Join the beef community by celebrating Beef Month with your favorite beef meal tonight. Beef, it's what's for dinner in Nebraska.
Sponsored by Marker Ag and Roosevelt Public Power District. Welcome back. A 48-year-old Mitchell man could be facing a mandatory minimum of 10 years in prison following his latest arrest. Gering police arrested Cleveland Burnett last week on an active arrest warrant, and while he was being searched, officers found 4 grams of suspected methamphetamine and a knife on him. He's now charged with possession of a controlled substance, possession of a deadly weapon by a prohibited person, and also faces a habitual criminal enhancement. With felony convictions in 2014 and 2016, he would face a minimum of 10 years in prison if he's found guilty on either of the two latest charges. Burnett will be arraigned on the latest charges next Friday in Scottsbluff County District Court. Well, the West Nebraska Arts Center unveiled its new 500 Days exhibit by solo artist Gene Wellborn. The exhibit debuted this evening with an opening reception, which focuses on 12 portraits on 4 mediums, including metal, glass, and canvas. The exhibit will be open to the public until June 23rd. And the University of Wyoming is planning a $10 million expansion to its law school that coincides with the college's centennial celebration next year. The renovation to the College of Law is expected to be completed in December of 2020, but the university expects most of the project to be done in time for the celebration in September of 2020. $4 million has already been raised for this project, which is still in its design phase, and the expansion project aims to bring the school's various legal clinics into the law building. The university also says U.S. Supreme Court Justice Neil Gorsuch is expected to speak for the law school celebration. Well, straight ahead, Chris Cottrell catches up with Gering football head coach Josh Hyatt to talk about the work that's going in ahead of next season. We'll be back in the sports studio right after this.
We've been an ALA customer from the beginning, 15 plus years.
Almost 15 years.
15 years now.
They live here, they work here, they give back to our community. That's very important to us.
It's the difference of night and day between our old internet provider and ALO.
Having that reliability and that speed is extremely important.
Nobody matches that speed. It was a game changer.
ALO came to my site and helped me resolve an issue. At that point, I knew ALO is the company that I wanted to stick with.
Logos in Gering is the place to get all of your school spirit gear, personalized gifts, and promotional items for your business and employees and banners for any special event. Logos is also the only place to stop for custom screen printing or embroidery. You can even design it yourself on their interactive website. Stop into Logos today. They'll design it, print it, and have it to you in no time. There's no job too big or small for Logos. That's Logos in Gering.
Come on down to the Mixing Bowl if you are craving something homemade just like Grandma used to make. From glace and garlic sausage on Mondays to cabbage burgers and butterball noodle soup on Thursdays, you can't go wrong. And with everything in the bakery case baked fresh daily, you can count on a tasty treat with your morning or afternoon coffee. Stop in from 1 to 3 during the week to get 15% off any coffee or pastry during our coffee happy hour. The Mixing Bowl on 10th Street in Gering, bringing great food and great people together.
For the card-carrying fan, get your Husker Visa debit card so you can take the game with you. Free with First Free Checking.
Now, sports from the First National Bank Sports Desk. First National Bank of North Platte, the bank to think of first.
Chris Cottrell with you at our KNB.TV Sports Desk. Today is, again, we're talking a little high school football. High school sports season for the 2018-2019 year just wrapped up with boys state golf last week. And let's get to this upcoming school year. And we're talking high school football with Gering head football coach Josh Hyatt. It'll be a second year at the helm. Coach, year one, obviously one-loss record, not what you were looking for. But let's move it forward. What are you thinking about as far as summer? How important is the summer? What are some key dates for you and your program?
Yeah, you know, we established a lot of what we wanted to in the first year, but the summer is the preseason for football. It's get everything going. It's get in the weight room. It's have your camps and reestablish what you want to do. We have a unique situation where we get to add a lot of new staff this summer, so getting them in front of our kids early is going to be key. We start weights Tuesday, the 28th of May, so coming right up next week. We're really excited about that. the kids really bought into that last summer, and we're looking to build on what we have going there.
Yeah, you touched on your staff. I know last year when we talked, we thought it was important to have guys like Zach Smith and Danny O'Boyle part of the program, but they've made some life decisions. They're going to move down to Arizona and join up with Danny's older brother, Pat, and do some coaching down there. So you've got to adjust, add some guys. Who are they and what do they bring to your program?
Yeah, Danny was going to take a lot bigger role for us this next year, so losing him and Zach, that stings a little bit, but we got a lot of good guys coming in. Jared Williams is a local guy who's been around the area for a long time. He's a Gearing grad. He's going to be our offensive coordinator. He's been coaching down in Kimball for the last couple of years. He brings a unique experience. He's going to bring a little option football to us, so we're looking forward to that. Travis Gable's a teacher at the high school, a name that a lot of people around here know from the baseball circuit. He played college baseball, but he's got a lot of coaching experience. He's going to come in and help. Kyle Cotton, the new basketball coach, is going to come in and help. He's going to bring a unique dual sport identity to us, which is going to be nice to have. And then Zach Bonas is coming in as well. He's coming from Scotts Bluff over to Gearing, so that's going to be another unique perspective that's going to help us out. Our offensive line is going to be coached by Rico Ochoa, who's got a lot of Arena League coaching experience. He coached some in Colorado. He's originally from Sydney. His mom lives here in town, so he's moving back, and we're going to be blessed to have him as well.
Yeah, you mentioned Zach, and he used to be a coach over at Gearing on the basketball side with the freshman program, so many of the kids already at the high school pretty familiar with Coach Bonas, so sounds like you've got a pretty heavy load as far as new guys coming in that you have to get integrated. What about you yourself? What'd you learn your first head coaching job on the football side? What'd you learn about yourself personally last year going through the rigors of being a head coach and also dealing with a bunch of losses?
Yeah, learned a lot, got a lot of first-time experiences. I was talking to my wife just now, and it's going to be nice to go into something that can feel like a habit. But the new staff is a blessing to us, just to have guys of character that are coming in and wanting to be full-time coaches. So that's going to help out. Myself, dealing with last season, we were basically looking to install the groundwork of our program, and the wins and losses we really didn't care about much last year. Granted, you want to be better than what we were, but we wanted to get the basics, the fundamentals, the techniques, the assignments, the character issues that we had last year dealt with before we worried about wins and losses.
What about that groundwork, your foundation, your base? What type of stuff do you return this year, roster-wise, and overall, just where we sit here in late May, how do you feel this next year could turn out if things break your way and guys work hard?
I really like our underclassmen right now. Our freshmen, sophomores are going to be freshmen, sophomores. There's a lot of them. We could have around 60 in the 9th and 10th grade kids. Our seniors, there's some pieces that we really are looking forward to seeing what they can do. The numbers just aren't as high in those classes, but our kids are really coming in ready to work and ready to get to go in this season.
Yeah, I think your incoming freshmen, the 8th grade team this past year, they went undefeated, and I think they really took it to the 8th grade team from Scotts Bluff, just kind of as a barometer. So you've got to feel good about them. They come in with confidence and a belief in themselves as young men and players.
Yeah, and that's the big thing there, is just to establish that and keep that going. We've got some of them that are already itching to be, JV varsity contributors. We'd like to keep them together as a freshman team and let them build. But, if the opportunity presents itself where they're going to help us out, then we're going to use them.
How do you treat the Scotts Bluff Gearing dynamic? You've got 2 Class Bs so close in proximity, one really top of the mountain level type program throughout the state in Class B, and you're just trying to build your way up little by little. Do you use that as something as a barometer, or really do you just completely throw Scotts Bluff out the window and you only really can worry about your own stuff?
A lot of that. We're going to worry about our own stuff, but I love having them right next door to compete against. We'll see them in everything we do this summer. We'll see them at Shattern. We'll see them at different 7-on-7 things, and you read about them, you hear about them. The kids know each other, so you can't avoid it. But it's good to have somebody there that you can measure yourself against, and that's how you get better, is by competing against the best. And we got them right in our backyard, so no better way to test ourselves and compete and see where we're at.
Gering head football coach Josh Hyatt, glad we could get Coach in, kind of set the tone for Gering football for this summer. Always key months. Games are won and lost on Friday nights, but games are also won and lost over these next few months with guys dedicating in the weight room and working out and things of that nature. So, Coach, thanks for coming in. Glad we could have you, and we'll do this again sometime down the road.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for all you do.
Appreciate it. Coach Hyatt with Gering High Football. That's the latest today from the First National Bank TV Sports Desk here on KNEB.TV.
You said yes. Together, you planned every detail. You married. And then you realized 500 square feet just isn't enough room for two. When life happens, find a home that fits. First National Bank North Platte. Start your mortgage pre-approval today. You decide to add another to your family. You start reading parenting books. You're amazed that such a small human could need so much space. When life happens, find a home that fits. First National Bank North Platte. Start your mortgage pre-approval today.
At TC & More in Scotts Bluff, we have toys and puzzles for your children, or they make a great gift. TC & More has craft activities, pretend play toys, and dozens of puzzles and games for all ages. We also have the largest supply of Melissa and Doug toys. And we still carry all of your classroom essentials. Remember to like TC & More on Facebook. TC & More, 1621 Broadway, beautiful downtown Scotts Bluff.
KNEB presents country music rising star Dylan Scott. Friday, August 16th at the historic Midwest Theater in Scotts Bluff. Presented by Allo Communications and Viera Wireless. Tickets are on sale now at the Midwest Theater box office, by phone at 632-4311 or at midwesttheater.com. Dylan Scott, August 16th at the historic Midwest Theater in Scotts Bluff with KNEB.
When it comes to helping local folks with the loans and financial advice they need, we don't horse around. Our only goal is to help you and your family achieve your financial goals with the right loans and savings products. So if you want to bank with people that care about you and your financial needs, stop by or give us a call. First State Bank. We're big on you. Member FDIC. Online at fsbcentral.com.
Well, let's take a look what's happening on today's community calendar. That's a look at today's community calendar, brought to you by First State Bank, honoring those who give back. Nominate your community champion at fsbcentral.com.
What are you waiting for? A 6-year limited powertrain warranty? Savings on performance-matched implements? 0% APR financing for up to 5 years? Head down to your local Kubota dealer before September 30th and take advantage of this incredible offer on the BX Series, America's best-selling subcompact tractor. Kubota. This is what we do.
Come into Sandberg Implement, your local Kubota dealer.
Your local Kubota dealer is Sandberg Implement in Gering.
May is Beef Month, a time to celebrate the high-quality beef products that are raised by farmers and ranchers right here in Nebraska. With over 5 million cattle fed and marketed each year, Nebraska is the #1 cattle feeding state in the country. From steaks and roasts to ground beef and kebabs, Nebraska's beef producers take pride in raising safe, wholesome products that end up on dinner plates around the world. Join the beef community by celebrating Beef Month with your favorite beef meal tonight. beef. It's what's for dinner in Nebraska.
Sponsored by 21st Century Equipment and Platte Valley Companies.
At Elite Physical Therapy, we provide preventative and rehabilitative treatments that maximize function and promote well-being for patients of all ages. With 2 locations in Scotts Bluff and Gearing, we offer the convenience of you choosing your location with the same great services no matter where you go. Stop into one of our locations today, in Scotts Bluff at 214 West 27th Street or in Gearing at 10th and M Street, and see what Elite Physical Therapy can do for you. Treatment you need and care you deserve.
Platte Valley Companies is your home team financial and insurance network that works for you.
Platte Valley Bank provides a broad range of financial tools for your short and long-term business needs. Our experienced commercial lenders will work with you every step of the way to help your business grow. At Platte Valley Bank, we are proud to provide you with local decisions by hometown people for your hometown business.
Respect for tradition, coupled with vision that looks to the next frontier. Platte Valley Bank, a Platte Valley company, member FDIC.
And finally tonight, the Midwest Theater will be debuting the documentary Born to Reign as part of a Triple Crown premiere. Local filmmakers Melody Dobson and Jody Lamp have spent the past few years working on this film, which revolves around John Nerud, a Minnetonka native known as a legendary horse breeder and trainer, as well as father and son Marion and Jack Vanberg of central Nebraska, who own a plethora of racing victories. Dobson and Lamp announced their Triple Crown series of screenings earlier this year, with Grand Island, Lincoln, and now Scottsbluff as the first 3 cities to premiere the movie.
And it's our opportunity to say thank you to so many people in Western Nebraska, especially Scottsbluff, Gearing, Mitchell, Baird, that whole communities. Without their support, financial support, just an encouragement, we wouldn't have the film done. It's because of the help of so many people, and that'll be our chance to prove up, show up, and thank them personally.
Screenings at the Midwest Theater will be taking place tomorrow and Saturday at 7:30 p.m. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you here next time.